Hi, it's Kamon Reynolds. We got a few Michael Palmer queens a little over a month ago. And I wanted to show you one of the hives. This is how we treated most of them. A couple of them we used to requeen some large colonies that had some queens that are a little bit iffy. But this is one of the splits that we made with a Michael Palmer queen. And I took the feeder off, and we're getting a little bit of orientation flights. And I think there's a couple robber bees that could smell the syrup but couldn't get to it up here at the top. So what I did when I made this split is I took 2 frames of brood, mostly capped, almost completely capped. Of course, put the queen in, 2 shakes of bees, and a frame of food. And then the rest of these frames are ones that we extracted or had lying around, extra drawn combs, and we gave them the rest of the way just drawn combs. So they haven't had to draw anything. But we have fed them quite a bit. I'd say we fed them probably in the last month 3 gallons of thin syrup. So let's move all this out of the way. And it's just sticking right here in my 2-way pallet pile that need to be worked on just because I just did. I don't know why. We have also been giving them some pollen patties here and there. You can see there's some pollen coming in though. I don't think it's the most nutritious, but it definitely helps. And that's why we give them tiny bits of pollen patty. You know, a colony this size gets a 1/4 pound probably cut in half, so 2 strips of 1/8 pound patties, just to kind of help make sure that that protein is as nutritious as we can help make it. So this is typical. You have a food frame right here. I'm just going to set this off to the side. Let's see how this new queen's doing. So this is one of the extracted combs, I believe, and it looks a lot newer. Pattern's not that hot. There is some eggs and larvae down in there. I think they're just trying to expand the nest a little bit. Yeah, it looks a lot better on this side right here. Look at those bumblebees up in there trying to get something. The native pollinators are also in a dearth right now. And if we set anything out, they are all over it. We're thankful to have a bunch of native pollinators around here due to all the weeds, but still, August weather is rough on most everything. It's hot today. Heat index of 100. That's a nice pattern right there. You can see a lot of emerging bees right in here. Check this queen cup, and it's dry. And you can see this bee with its rear end sticking out. That's a bee that probably emerged the last half day or thereabouts, and it's cleaning out the cell around where it emerged and getting it ready for the queen to lay back into. I'm seeing a nice pattern. It's going to take probably another brood cycle to get things better. This isn't perfect patterns, but keep in mind, that's why I really like anymore just making my splits in July. I don't like doing anything in August. I really feel like with the nutritional stress of the summer and the time that it takes a new queen, especially if it's a split this size, to kind of balance things out in spring, they get to it faster. But I really like to see 2 or 3 good brood cycles before they have to start slowing down for winter. It just makes them stronger. Look at all that lovely larvae right there. And we fed them 3 gallons like I've said, but there's still not a ton of food in this colony. They're just burning through it so quickly. They're turning it into bees and cooling down the hive with it. That's really nice right there. Getting more into the core of the brood nest. You can see those dark grayish yellow bees. And I guess I'd probably better give them a little bit of smoke. I haven't done that in a little while. Just stick that right there. This is good. They've expanded it more than I thought that they had at this point. You can see where some of the feed, there's a couple spots here and there, but there's just really not a lot of feed. I'd like to see more up top. So we need to fill this gallon feeder and hit them with more. I think they're putting it towards the edge, which is good, keeping that queen in laying room. You can start seeing that pattern really develop there. This is good. This is what you want to see this time of the year. It's August, the latter part of August, and this is what we want to see. They have the fall flow to look forward to. We've already treated them for mites. You can time it with the queen, make them broodless, and hit them with oxalic acid. We'll hit them again later. But they're clean. They're going to make a bunch of bees between now and October when they really start gearing down. Whoa, okay, this is where the food's at. So they've been doing a good job about clearing that to the edge. Alright, that's where the goodies are at. Yeah, that's extremely full. That's good though. They'll burn through that quick. If we didn't feed them for a couple weeks, they would burn through all of that with a colony this size this time of the year. There's just no nectar at all right now. But it's also a really good sign that they're keeping these brood frames cleared and they're putting that to the side like they should. I'd still like to see a little bit more in here though. I like to see those brood frames with a little bit more above that brood. You can see there's a little bit. This is very light in comparison to the last frame. But I believe the queen is over here laying, looking for extra space to lay. Yes, there's eggs down in there. Boy, this is an old comb. This is wired foundation. I'm pretty sure this is just going to be storage space over here. But they're going to expand out to this, and my plan is to overwinter this colony as a packed strong single. A lot of people ask in Tennessee, you know, double deeps in Tennessee. It's not necessary. You can overwinter good healthy singles in Tennessee just fine. Alright. So they're putting just a little bit of nectar in there, so that's pretty much it right there. Maybe you all saw her. I didn't see the queen in that. Sometimes I'm too busy looking at the resources to see the queen. And I'm just going to go ahead and drop this right on in there. I bet those guys cutting hay are feeling it today. Whoo, it's hot. We're just going to put all this back together. 2, 4, 5. So that's a nice little inspection. That's what we want to see for summer colonies and summer splits. I have tried making splits in September, strong splits. I've tried making splits in August, and it's not that you can't do it in August. I've done it for several years, but you get better results with ones that you make in July. And just baby them, baby them, baby them. So this is that edge frame right here. Well, I wish we could have got to see the girl, but today is just the day of shy queens. Maybe they're trying to cool off somewhere in the corner. I don't know. Oops. Alright, well, I'm going to put this back together carefully, and we'll see you in the next video.